Hello there. If you've been struggling with digestive issues that just feel, well, confusing and uncomfortable, I want you to know you've come to the right place. Today, we're going to break down a condition called SIBO, step by step, in a really simple way. So let's dive in. Okay, before we get started, just a very important reminder. Everything we're about to talk about is for learning purposes only. It's so important that you always work directly with your own doctor to make any decisions about your health. You know, that feeling of being bloated and just completely confused about what's going on inside your own body? I get it. It can be so frustrating. My hope today is that we can clear away some of that confusion for you. So, let's start with the most basic question of all. What in the world is SIBO? SIBO is just a short way of saying small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And honestly, the name says it all. It just means that too much bacteria has set up camp and started growing in your small intestine. Now, here's the thing you gotta know. This is all happening in your small intestine. See, your large intestine is supposed to be packed with bacteria. That's normal. But your small intestine, it's meant to be more like a quiet neighborhood street. Not a lot of traffic. So having SIBO is kind of like this. Imagine way too many people showing up for a party in a really tiny apartment. It gets super crowded, right? Well, these extra bacteria, these party guests, they start eating the food you digest, and that process creates a lot of gas, which is what causes all that bloating and discomfort. Okay, so that leads to the next logical question. How did all those extra party guests get in there to begin with? Well, it usually comes down to a few common reasons. A lot of the time, it's because something has slowed down your digestion, which gives bacteria more time to multiply where they shouldn't. This can be caused by certain medicines, like some acid reducers, or it could be linked to another health condition. The main thing to remember is that SIBO is usually a symptom of something else going on. Your doctor's job is to be a bit of a detective and help you figure out that root cause. All right, let's talk about the most important part, getting you to feel better. Building a treatment plan is something you and your doctor are going to do together. It's absolutely a team effort. And the number one goal? It's pretty straightforward. We need to reduce the number of those extra party guests. The whole point of treatment is to bring the amount of bacteria in your small intestine back down to a normal, healthy level. So how do we do that? Well, doctors have a pretty clever breath test that can figure out what kind of gas those extra bacteria are making. It's usually either hydrogen or methane. If it's mostly hydrogen, an antibiotic called rifaximin is often the go-to. If it's methane, your doctor might use rifaximin plus another antibiotic to tackle that specific type. And I really need you to hear this part. There is no one-size-fits-all solution here. Your doctor is going to create a plan that is built just for you, based on your test results, your symptoms, and your unique health history. It's totally personalized. Now, medication is one piece of the puzzle, but what you eat, that plays a huge part in managing how you feel day to day. You should really think of food as a powerful tool that you have control over. Here are 3 simple but really effective things you can do at home. First, you can look into something called a low FODMAP diet with a professional. Basically, FODMAPs are like the favorite snacks of those extra bacteria. If you limit those foods, you're essentially taking away the party food, which can really help reduce your symptoms. Keeping a simple diary of what you eat and how you feel is also an amazing tool. And of course, always do this with the guidance of your doctor or a dietitian. Okay, this next one might feel a little counterintuitive, but it's so important. We hear all the time about how great probiotics are for gut health. But when you have active SIBO, taking probiotics can be like inviting even more guests to an already overcrowded party. It can actually make things worse, so it's usually best to hold off unless your doctor specifically tells you otherwise. So, getting the bacteria level down is step 1, but the next step is just as important, making sure you stay feeling good for the long run. Let's talk about how to stay on track. You can think of your long-term plan as your personal roadmap to staying well. It means keeping an eye on your symptoms, being open to retesting with your doctor if things pop up again, and, this is key, continuing to manage whatever that underlying cause was. It's also a great idea to have a simple plan for what to do on those tougher days. It really helps you feel more in control. And really, that's the whole point of this entire journey. From figuring out what's wrong, to treatment, to your long-term plan, it is all about one thing, getting you lasting relief so you can get back to enjoying your life. So I want to leave you with this question. Healing isn't about one giant leap. It's about a series of small, steady steps. So what's one small step you can take for your health today? Maybe it's just writing down your symptoms. Maybe it's making that phone call to your doctor. Whatever it is, you can do it. Thanks so much for your time today.